Well, as we commemorate the 20th year anniversary of that tragic day, 9/11, it just makes me think even more why it's important for you to have your own business. And we're going to talk about it when we get back. I'm CLM II for With Power, the channel that helps find the power within you. Well, happy Monday, everyone. We hope everyone had a fantastic weekend. It was beautiful here in the tri-state area as we commemorate the 20th year anniversary of that tragic day, September 11th, 2001. And I can vividly remember September 11th, 2001 because I was actually in the World Trade Center when the first plane hit. And I think about that often. I think about what was going on, and I've asked myself, how did I survive? Why was I lucky enough to get out of the World Trade Center before the tragedy actually happened? And I haven't told this story too often, but on that day, I had taken my son to school. At that time, my son was 11 years of age, and he was going to a school in Newark, New Jersey, downtown Newark, New Jersey. And I took him to school in downtown Newark, New Jersey, dropped him off at school, and then took the PATH train into the World Trade Center. And I remember getting off the train, and I remember people were just in a panic. I mean, if anybody have been in the World Trade Center, understand that thousands and thousands of people ride the train through the World Trade Center. They had all type of transportation, and people were in a panic. And I was wondering what was going on, and I remember vividly that a security guard who worked in the World Trade Center was telling everyone not to go outside because something had hit the building and debris was falling all over the building. Growing up in New York and going through the World Trade Center many a times, I knew all of the different exits on how to get out of the World Trade Center. And what the World Trade Center had is they had the train system going through them, and you were able to actually walk through the World Trade Center, and they had a tunnel that would lead you out of the World Trade Center down to the train station. And my mindset was, okay, let's just get out of here. Went to the train station because at that time nobody knew what was going on. Trains were still running. Went to the train station, caught a train up to Harlem, and was able to get out of the World Trade Center. So I was blessed to get out. I think about those people that were not as blessed as I was, but I was blessed to get out. But what that tragedy did is that tragedy just stopped everything. It just stopped the world at that time. And it was really, really difficult because a lot of jobs stopped, a lot of advancement stopped. No one knew what was going on. And I remember at that time that I actually was in between jobs. I was leaving one job, or I had left one job, and I had interviewed for another job, and I was looking and waiting for them to contact me because I knew I was going to get the job. And that was in September. I think I interviewed with them in the end of August. So by September 11th, I was expecting a telephone call saying, okay, your starting date will be in this particular date, which I thought it was going to be in September. 9/11 hit, everything stopped. No one was being hired, jobs stopped, and I actually was in limbo. Did not have a source of income. But And lucky for me that I had started my own business years earlier, where I had actually built up some capital and I had a good savings in the bank. And that particular job did not call me. I did not start that new job until February. So September, October, November, December, January, and I didn't start until February. So I actually went almost 6 months without working. But luckily, I had my own business. I had saved up some capital, saved up some income, and was able to sustain myself for those 6 months until they finally called and I was able to start my new job. So why do I bring this up? I bring this up because that's what happened to a lot of individuals when the pandemic hit, another tragedy. One was a man-made tragedy in 2011 when the terrorists flew planes into the World Trade Center and then everything stopped. The pandemic was a tragedy that no one knew was coming, and that just stopped the world. Jobs were lost, businesses were lost, and those things happen. And when your employer tells you that, hey, we're not hiring right now, or we have to shut down our business and we have to lay you off, it'd be great to be able to have your own business and have some type of income. Something that maybe you have saved up while you can still work, you can still have your own business. Very, very important. And then just recently, Hurricane Ida just came through, and that caused so much damage where, once again, that was a natural tragedy from Mother Earth, but it caused so much damage where, people have lost so much personal stuff. Businesses have lost so much time, and their businesses have been interrupted by Hurricane Ida. So you have these tragedies that come up, and it's always good to be able to know that you have some income that you have received, not from your 9 to 5, but that you have received because you had a side business that was working for you. And that side business could be anything, right? So once again, I want to make this video too long. Once again, I tell you, go to my website, download the free ebook, 21 money-making businesses that you can start today. There's some ideas in there that you can start. It won't cost you a lot of money to start these businesses. These are businesses you can start on a shoestring budget. But that will just get you going so that you'll be able to have some type of income coming in case tragedy strikes, like 9/11, like the pandemic, like the hurricane or tropical storm Ida. It's always good to have that backup. Hope that makes sense to everyone. Once again, as I tell you, we are putting together some information for the webinar, questions that you have, questions that I've received. Like people ask, hey, what's a W-9 and why do I have to fill that form out? What's a 1099 and why do I receive that, or who gets that? These are questions that we talk about. What's a TIN number, a TIN number, or an EIN number, employee identification number? What are these things and why do I need to know about these? Well, these are things that we talk about when you create your business. You have to know these things. So we're going to talk about stuff like that. Okay, that's it. As I always say, hit the subscribe button. If you're on YouTube, you're on Facebook, hit the like button, and go to the website, download the ebook, and give you some ideas. Hit me back on social media, let me know what you think. ask me some questions. I need to know the questions that you want me to answer when we do this webinar. And you know, it's just time to help individuals. Why was I spared in the World Trade Center tragedy? I don't know. Maybe this is the reason. Maybe this is the reason. Okay, that's it. And I will see you next time.